Anti-Materiel Rifle creation brings a short quest and a new weapon to Fallout 4. It costs 400 credits, which translates to roughly $4 US or £3 British, and in this video we are going to check out the quest and test out the new weapon. Then at the end of the video I'll give the creation a rating out of 5 and let you know if I think it's worth spending your hard-earned cash on. Let's start by reading the creation's description. In life, are our actions predetermined? Is our fate sealed? Or are we mere puppets to a preordained destiny? And really, does it matter if we end up with a devastatingly powerful anti-material rifle? Rifle created by Stefan as Engdao, quest created by Chris Takahashi, creation obtained through quest, and Daisy in Good Neighbor. When we first load into the game after downloading the creation, we will be given a quest called the Paper Mirror, telling us to investigate the Museum of Witchcraft. However, you can actually get an anti-material rifle without doing the quest. Before you start the quest, you can head over to Daisy in Good Neighbor and she will have an anti-material rifle in stock. This particular anti-material rifle has the Hunter Legendary effect, which gives you 50% more damage against animals, which doesn't really make a lot of sense because the whole point of an anti-material rifle is that it's meant to be effective against vehicles, hence the name anti-material, not anti-personnel or anti-animal. Perhaps this is a modified version of an anti-material rifle, designed to be more effective at penetrating the tough skin and natural armour of the mutated creatures of the wasteland. The weapon itself is very similar to the hunting rifle. In fact, I believe it's actually a reskin of the hunting rifle, as I have a mod installed that changes the animations for the hunting rifle, inspired by Battlefield 1, and the anti-material rifle used that custom animation, which I'm not complaining about because it's an awesome animation, and if you have Fallout 4 on PC, I highly recommend downloading that mod, especially if you're going to be using the anti-material rifle. Even though it's a reskin of the hunting rifle, the anti-material rifle looks fantastic. It's almost identical to the anti-material rifle from Fallout New Vegas, which I'm sure is what the creator was going for, and you can tell a lot of time and effort went into making this weapon look unique. It's definitely one of the best looking weapons on the Creation Club, if not the best looking. The weapon is very customizable and it even comes with custom design modifications. The modifications include a plethora of receivers, including the option to change the ammo type to .38 ammo, which is much easier to find than 50 caliber ammo, however it does less damage. It also features unique barrel modifications, and the encased barrels look absolutely sick. They do less damage than the regular barrels, however they vastly improve the recoil and they look 10 times better than the regular barrels. There are 4 options for the stock: short stock, full stock, marksman stock and the marksman light stock. There are 3 magazine options: small, medium and large. There are loads of sight modifications, including a new look black Recon scope, which in my opinion looks 10 times better than the white Recon scope and definitely fits the aesthetic of this anti-material rifle. And the iron sights are just beautiful, especially the glow sights. Easily my favourite iron sights on any weapon I've used in Fallout 4. You also have the option of all the other usual sights and scopes, such as sniper scopes and reflex sights. The muzzle options include a compensator, muzzle brake and an awesome looking suppressor, and finally this gun has a brand new modification option that we've not seen before. You can add a custom bolt which increases the weapon's rate of fire. Now that we have our modified Hunter's anti-material rifle, we can go ahead and complete the quest. Make sure you're prepared before you leave for the Museum of Witchcraft, and make sure you're wearing your brown pants because you're heading for a tough fight. Once you've dealt with the Deathclaw, read the mysterious note found in a display case near the Deathclaw's nest. The title of the note will be different depending on your character's name. Mine is called Lagatha, therefore the note was called Lagatha's Story. The note reads, Lagatha picked up the note. It was kind of a shock seeing her name there. Not that there wasn't a reasonable explanation for it. It could be the museum just had her spooked, or maybe some other wastelander just happened to share the name Lagatha and the note was meant for her. Whatever the reason, Lagatha decided to keep reading. Why the hell not? There was no guarantee the words on the page were referring to her. It was only a paper mirror, a reflection made up of words on a page. Besides, the only way to know for sure was to keep reading to the end. But even then, having read the page and learned her future, there was no reason to take the words seriously. At some point, she would go back outside and wander the wasteland again, and perhaps even forget about the note altogether. Eventually, those travels would bring her to the Dugout Inn in Diamond City. Of course, Lagerfeld wasn't there on business, she just wanted to relax. But as she walked into the inn amidst the glow of neon, something to her right caught her eye. Posted on the wall was a bounty for a killer named Zane. Someone wanted him dead. I believe the concept of the paper mirror is that the writing on the page changes to reflect the current situation and the near future of the person reading the note. Very interesting indeed. Follow the quest to discover a very interesting story of how these paper mirrors affected other citizens of the Commonwealth. I won't talk about the whole story in this video so that you can discover it for yourself if you decide to download the creation. At some point during the quest, we will have to kill a raider named Connor who carries the second and only other version of the Anti-Materiel Rifle added by the creation. This version of the Anti-Materiel Rifle features the Penetrating legendary effect, which gives the weapon plus 30% armor penetration. This is much more like the effect an actual Anti-Materiel Rifle would have, as they are designed to tear through vehicle armor, therefore would be able to easily penetrate the different types of armor that enemies use in Fallout 4. The modifications available on this rifle are the same as the Hunter's version, so there is no need to talk about that again. However, it does look very different to the Hunter's version. The Hunter's version has a more handmade hunting rifle look, with a lot of the weapon being made out of wood. It even features a big monster killing machine kill counter near the bolt. Whereas the Penetrating version features some wonderful intricate designs on the receiver and has a more modern and military feel to it, with its mostly black metal design. The weapons are not particularly powerful, however if you use a build that has high perception and uses the sniper and rifleman perks, it could be a very effective weapon for picking enemies off at a long distance. I must admit, it's incredibly satisfying to snipe a raider's head off from hundreds of yards away with this thing. I recommend downloading a mod that increases headshot damage to get that incredibly satisfying feeling of shooting enemies' heads off. So now we've looked at the quest and scrutinised the rifle, it's time to give the Anti-Materiel Rifle a rating out of 5 and let you know if I think it's worth the price. I'm going to give this creation 3 stars out of 5, and the reason for that is because even though I appreciate the effort that went into the quest, and I did find the story very interesting, I don't really like the supernatural element of a note that can tell your future. I realise there are aspects of the supernatural in Fallout lore, such as aliens, undiscovered ancient civilizations, and the Krivbekner book from Fallout 3. However, I felt that in this case it was just unnecessary and over the top, just to get a rifle. I love that they included a story with the rifle and not just another kill and loot quest like we've had with previous Creation Club weapons. However, I'm just not sure this was the right way to go about it. I much prefer the Captain Cosmos quest where the story was told through emails found on terminals. The weapon itself looks fantastic and is a premium quality weapon. That is probably the best looking gun that you can get on the Creation Club. However, it's not new. It's a remake of the Anti-Materiel Rifle from Fallout New Vegas, and I think the version of the weapon that Daisy sells should have had an explosive legendary effect rather than the Hunter's legendary effect, as that would be much more reflective of the actual purpose of an Anti-Materiel Rifle. Therefore, I will probably be downloading a mod that allows me to change the legendary effect of the rifle to the explosive legendary effect, because I feel that's much more suitable. If you are using a sniper focused build, then I think this is definitely worth buying, especially if you played and enjoyed Fallout New Vegas. If you are using a heavy weapons, automatic weapons, or melee build, it might not be worth buying this creation unless you like the weapon enough to start a new build designed around using one-shot rifles. But as always, you've now had a chance to see the creation so you can make your own mind up on whether you think it's worth buying. That will take us to the end of the video. I do hope you enjoyed it or found it helpful in some way. If you did, please leave a like and hit subscribe and click the notifications bell button next to the subscribe button to be notified every time I upload a new video. Now just sit back, relax and enjoy watching the Anti-Materiel Rifle in action. I'll see you in the next video. Good luck out there in the wasteland.